Hi friends, welcome back to Bella's channel. Okay, fine, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is probably going to be a little bit longer. I have Marie Kondo'd all my books, so now they're kind of all stacked over there, except for this stack and the stack over there. I was doing really good and stacking them in the right spot, but then with the last two videos, I kind of was just like, yeah, whatever. So, what we are going to be doing in this video is separating them from books I've read on this side to books on my TBR. And then inside of those different sections is going to be separated by genre, with the exception of this TBR cart, which is it has all my stickers from my student. My student gave me a bunch of stickers last year, and I really love the ones. I don't know if she picked them for me or how they got them, but I think these two I got in Pingo Books, and the rest she picked for me, and they all represent me so well. Like me and coffee in hands with a heart. There's like a dream catcher and some flowers and like just a cozy panda. And I cried when I saw those stickers because I had been looking for stickers for a while for my TBR cart. Now I have 2 more TBR carts, which is a whole nother story, but I was just so touched that my student would do that for me. And since it's the prettiest TBR cart now with all of my stickers, this one will be my most anticipated TBR books that I like, 5-star predictions, books that I'm really excited to get to. I have learned through my channel that I'm more of a mood reader than I am a planned reader, which kind of sucks when you're on a book platform like this, because I want to be one of those people that can do all those fun reading vlogs, but I want to also get into reading vlogs more because I like watching them, but I'm not very good at filming them yet. So I think that might be my goal for next year. I know it was my goal for this year, and I feel like I have done pretty good on book vlogs, but I want to get even better. But I do know that I need to separate them from the books I've read to the books that are on my TBR and do them by category, like genre, because that is the best way that I prefer all my books. Like, I think I change up my bookshelves quite often, but I always go back to genre and author's last name. And, you know, that just makes me feel better about myself, and it makes me feel more sane. So, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like my chaotic, wacky energy. And like, yeah, I'm scared now because I didn't realize I had all these books. Like, I knew I had a lot of books, but it feels like it's gonna be a long day. Like I said, long video. I actually prefer watching longer videos though. I don't know about you, but I'm just stalling now. I'm just stalling. Okay, fine. So we'll start with these. We'll go there, and then we'll get all that monstrosity done. So I don't know if it's going to go in fast forward. It's probably just going to go in fast forward for you, and you'll see it when it's all done. That way I can listen to some music while I do this, or an audiobook. I'm at the tail end of an audiobook. Yeah. Okay. So let's just get started. So read, unread. Cool. Then I'm going to put them, like these are all read and they're all romance. So they need to be in the same pile. But say I don't see any other books that I've read on this side. So pretend that I've read, oh, you know what? I have read this one. So this one was Lost by Natalie D. Richards. This is a young adult thriller. So I would not put it right here because that's romance. This has to go in thriller. And I might eventually put it from adult thriller to young adult thriller, but all thrillers for right now are going to be on the same pile because they're supposed to go on the same shelf. I think that makes sense. Okay, now it's going to go in fast forward for you. Oh, come here. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby boy. You can gain some weight? You gaining some weight? You fatty? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You can. obviously I've been working. I have all my piles done, which I'm going to show you closer. I know this isn't a reading vlog, so technically I shouldn't be stopping to talk to you about a book that I just finished. Okay, so I've been working on reading Real Easy by Marie Rotowski for 2 weeks. And this book is only 300 pages. And, like, I know there are some people that read slower, and that's perfectly fine if this would take you 2 weeks to a month or however long it takes you to finish a book. That's fine. But for me personally, a 300-page book would take me about 5 days if I was struggling with it. I'm 2 weeks in, and I haven't finished it, and I have no desire to finish it. I'm like halfway. And there are some really disturbing things about this book. So here's the thing. About this, I picked it up to read it because I've heard such amazing things about this mystery thriller, which, like, it's not. It is a crime book, and I guess there's a mystery, but it's not really about the mystery. It's about the characters who work at this strip club, and Georgia and her friend Samantha drove Georgia home one night after working at the strip club, and something happened, and one of the girls went missing, and the other one was injured really bad. And that is the mystery that you are trying to solve. Like, what happened to their car? Was it just an accident? But then how does that explain the missing girl? I was so bored. I was disturbed because there's scenes of this guy. Okay, first off, this guy, patron of the strip club, paid a stripper to fart in his face. Then there's, like, a scene with, like, a jar, and it was, oh my gosh, it was just gross. It was disturbing. It wasn't even disturbing, it was just gross. It was nasty. It was, ugh. And there were way too many points of view. Like, I like a book that has different points of view, different stories going on, but there's like 12, 13. There's a lot of different perspectives. I never really got to know them, and yeah, I know that I haven't finished the book, but I did go check spoilers to see who was responsible, like what happened at the end. Yeah, don't waste your time with this one. I really did not like it. And I kind of just need to come on here and vent a little bit. But I'm going to show you the books. Then we're going to start putting them away. Again, I am probably going to go and fast forward for part of it. And then I'm going to show you the end result.
So clearly I was sitting right there with that big empty spot, but there's all those, oh my gosh. Do I have a lot of books? Yeah, I do. That's okay.
was getting this shelf started with my favorite romances, I realized that there are a couple of romances that I'm not going to reread. And if I do, it won't be anytime soon because I'm very much a mood reader. And there's something about these books. Here, let me show you. Back here. That, like, when I read them, I loved them. So they have this very special place in my heart. But I know I'm never going to reread them, starting, like, these 5 right here. So what I decided I'm going to do is I am going to actually go through all the books. And the ones, like, my favorite books that I'm not going to reread, but that I have very fond memories of, that I would 100% recommend to you, I'm going to put in the back so that my favorites that help get me out of slumps and that I love to reread, because yeah, sometimes I reread books, they will be in the front and the other books will be behind it. I think that's what we're going to do, and that actually makes me really excited. So I have to go through these again and find the ones that like The Help by Catherine Stockett. I loved this book. It was a great book. But the movie adaptation is really, really solid. It's a really good movie adaptation. So I think if I was ever in the mood to reread or rewatch this, I would choose to rewatch it. But I still love this book, so I want to keep it on my shelf. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but in my head it makes sense. So that's what we're going to be doing. Behind my favorites. I mean, these are my favorites and I highly recommend them, but they're not ones that I need to aesthetically see or that I really see myself rereading anytime soon. So for that reason, it's going to be in, like, there's going to be 2 layers of books, and this one's going to be in the back. So I'll just grab the ones that are already here. I am also going to alphabetize these in the back portion and then alphabetize the rest of my unread books, but they will be by genre from that point on. So it'll be like alphabetized in the back, and then romance will be the first one. Then poetry, or I'm not really sure, but I know it's going to start with romance and end with thrillers because those are the 2 most read genres. In my head, it makes sense. So I'm going to just quickly go through this. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I'm not going to read any more of that series. I heard that there's a 3rd one coming out. I listened to the 2nd one on audiobook and hated it. So it's gonna be like a little standalone romance for me, and that's okay. Head Over Heels by Hannah Ornstein. I'm not ready to give this one away yet, but I think this one will probably be in next year's unhaul video probably. Like, it was cute when I read it, but I just don't see, like, I don't know. I don't really see myself rereading it or anything. Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon, another romance. Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. So I read the first in the series, Fix Her Up. and I hated that book. And then I listened to this one on audio, and I clearly really liked it because I bought a copy for myself. But I'm not going to continue with the series, and I'm probably not going to read anything else by Tessa Bailey. I feel like this one's like a fluke that I liked it, but it has the already established couple that I love. Then there's Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I read this years ago, and I really enjoyed it, so now I have a copy for my favorite shelf. Yes, Please by Amy Poehler. Again, if I reread this or the Amy Schwimmer one, I'll probably just listen to it on audiobook, but I do like the fact that these are, it's like their memoirs, and there's like little notes, handwritten notes and pictures and everything in this, and I just really enjoy that, so I'm going to keep it. The Last Time I Lied, by Riley Sager, I love this book. I have a hardback edition that's going to be up front, so you'll be able to see the hardback edition one. To be quite honest with you, if it wasn't a Christmas present from one of my best friends, I would not be keeping this version because I have a hardback version. But I absolutely love this book and everything. Then there's One Was Lost by Natalie D. Richards. Again, this one was a present to me, so I can't unhaul it. But I don't really see myself rereading it. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it when I read it, and I would recommend it. I'm just kind of growing out of the young adult stage of my life, and I just don't see myself ever going back to that particular book. The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo by Amy Schwimmer. Again, it has like pictures, not so much handwritten notes, but there are pictures of her throughout her life. And again, I'll probably listen to it on audio, but I just want to own it. Then 6 Months Later by Natalie D. Richards. Again, I loved this when I read it, and I would recommend it to the young adult thriller audience. This was the first Natalie D. Richards that I read, and at the time it made me pick up everything by this author. Not so much anymore, just because this is a younger age range than I typically read, but I did have a lot of fun with that one. The Help by Catherine Stockett. Again, if I wanted to relive that, I will probably just watch the movie. But this is a really good book, and I did really enjoy it. P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. This one I'm not... There is a second in this series that originally was a standalone. So you know what? I'm saving this one. This one will be where I can grab it, and I mean, not that I can't reread it if it's in the back. I can still reread it. I'm just, you know what? Yeah. I am going to put it behind the other ones. Then there's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. This is a huge copy. It has like annotated notes from this book, from the author. It's not mine though. It's my husband's, and every time we move, I have to hold on to it for him, so I'm just holding on to it for him. He doesn't really read much. He doesn't have a book collection like I do, and that's okay. It's just somehow his books always get mingled in with mine. His like 5 books. Then there's Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I read this a couple years ago because Gabby recommended it, and you know, it was a solid literary fiction recommendation. I just don't see myself rereading it anytime soon. Along with Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. That one was a good, nice contemporary with Groundhog Day effect. But if I want to relive Before I Fall, I'll just watch the movie. So yeah, I'm gonna get this started. You're probably gonna go and fast forward now, and I might listen to some more music. So, thank you. Later. There are no books on my floor. And my bookshelves look pretty good. if you ask me. So there's actually going to be a bookshelf tour coming up very soon. And we will go more in depth about where all my books are and how I have my books put on my shelf. I don't think I'm going to take every single book out for the bookshelf tour, but I am excited. I haven't done a bookshelf tour in a while. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new around here. But I mean, look at beautiful my room is. And I can actually walk around. Or spin around, I guess. I will see you guys later. Bye.